My name is Gwendolyn Holmes, and this is my interpersonal communication project. One of the authors that we use, John Stewart, the author of Bridges Not Walls, he defined interpersonal communication as the interpersonal labels a kind of communication that happens when people involved talk and listen in ways that maximize the presence of the personal. In a research, the psychological perspectives on interpersonal communication, researcher, scholar S. Ramaju, he wrote an article, and the purpose of this article was to present some intelligibility and coherence and bring forth the progress of research in the field of personal communication, the interpersonal communication. Basically, what he wanted to do was to look at the different theories and the different principles that share common assumptions and concepts. These were studied and analyzed. And what he found during that study was interpersonal communication is based on inclusion. People want to feel like they belong to a group, that they have a sense of kinship and friendship. They also want to have control. They want to feel that they have power to control what's going on in their lives. They want to have the control to make decisions, and they want to have the control to feel that they do matter, and they do have a say-so as to what happens to them. Affection. We all know this one. People want to feel like they are loved. They want to have people that show their caring for them and their kindness. Another interesting facts that he found during the research was that if we understand the interpersonal needs of others, it will also help us understand their communication behavior. It's pretty much similar to the behavioral blends that we learned about when we were reading the book by Carbondale. We actively seek to predict and explain the behaviors of others. I don't know about you, but very often when I think I know somebody well enough, I can pretty much predict how they're going to act. And sometimes when they don't act the way that I think they're going to, that means I made a judgment. I wasn't mindful. I wasn't in the here and now. I made a judgment based on probably past behaviors. Communication is dynamic, transactional behavior, affecting process. What he meant by that was we act in a certain way to get a certain reaction from those around us, those that we're communicating with. Also, there are very intrinsic and extrinsic links between psychology and interpersonal communication. People with psychological disabilities, they tend to not communicate in ways that people can understand them. But even when we get to know their interpersonal needs, we should be able to effectively communicate with them. This is me. We had to take several assessments to get a description on who we are. One of the tests that we took was the uniquely you results. Graph 1 of the uniquely result of the graphs. Graph 1 is this is expected of me. It turned out that I was an SI. It means I'm active and passive, people-oriented.